Hello, my name is Nora Kawera and I'm a designer in the EFS project with Design Without Borders. The EFS project is about enhancing fisherfolk safety, which is aiming to reduce drowning among the fisherfolk community. And the communities that have been focused on are in 6 districts in Uganda, which is Soroti, Serere, Mayuge, Chotera, Masaka, and Rakai. Well, currently, we're in the second phase of this project, which is about coming up with as many ideas as we can. And the ideas are being done within different teams, that is from internally and also from the community. And the community is being represented by fishers, by boat owners, community leaders, even leaders in the district level. They all come together and they focus on 3 major topics, which is behavioral change, weather information systems, and flotation devices. We had a 4-day workshop, which was focusing on 3 main things. The first day we started off as a basic introduction, reminding them of what we had taught them during the DCAP training, which is a HCD course, a very basic one. And then we also introduced them to all the tools we'll be using for the rest of the 3 days. And the second day was focusing on the behavioral change, which was being led by the Busara team. On the 3rd and the 4th day was focusing on the weather information system as well as the flotation device system. This was run by the DWB team and the Department of Meteorological in Uganda. So the main aim for this 4-day workshop was to get the ideas from the community themselves, members. We wanted them to give us what we think would work in the communities and what innovations they had. We really wanted them to share so that later on we can merge them with what the internal team came up with and come up with the best solution for the project. During this ideation, we used different tools that we hoped will really help the participants get those ideas that we really wanted them to produce. For example, the Busara was using the brainstorming tools. In the flotation device session, we used a tool called Scamper, which was focusing on them trying to modify the existing life jacket. So what will they remove from it to make it more comfortable? What will they add to it to make it more comfortable for them, for everyone to use? Another tool that we used was called the hidden presumptions. This was aiming for them to come up with more innovative ideas. These tools were just enabling them to come up with more diverse ideas than they would have just come up with if it was just if we just told them to just create and give us solutions. So in the process, we ended up gaining more research, which will also help us, the internal team, to also think more on what else can we do to make these flotation devices better.
Okusinziira kuba Design Without Borders, okumanyisibwa kuba tuleeseemu n'okutwebuuzaako kubanga tuwanyisiganyiriza wamu ebirowoozo, twewa amagezi. Ekintu kye bakoze kirungi nnyo kubanga ffe tuli bavubi abagenda mu mazzi. Ffe abamanyi nti life jacket eno yalibadde erabika etya oba ng'efaanana etya, nga bagikoze mu ngeri ki okwawukanako na zino eziriwo, era enaasobola kuwanirira bulamu bwa muntu okugeza nti azitowa kilomeka amaze ebbanga ki ku mazzi. Kati buba twenyigiramu nga tuleeta ebiteeso eby'enjawulo, endowooza ez'enjawulo okuva ku myalo egy'enjawulo, kigenda kuyambako nti bwe banaaba bakola life jacket zino okutaasa obulamu bw'omuntu, ffe amagezi gaffe bajja gabeesingako nga badesigninga engeri life jacket eyo gye bandikoze nga Design Without Borders Africa bwe yalifaananyi nga kuliko amagezi g'omuvubi.
The involvement of the end users in this workshop has been great, has been of good importance, because these end users, let's say the barriers, they're the very people, they're the immediate people who use the lake. And when they're involved in this ideation or bringing out the ideas, one, it helps them it brings acceptance. Because if something's just designed outside their knowledge, they may not accept. And there is also there has been a mindset change. Many have really realized that yes, there is need to save a life, there is need to create something that can help us save our lives. And they are the people who go down, who experience the most worst conditions. So they have the real answers, the real ideas, and they have tried to put them on board. I believe they will accept the final product.
Okutuyita okubeera nabo ennaku zino ennya kirungi nnyo, kya mugaso nnyo, era bulijjo kyekibadde kibulamu nti bulijjo abadde bakola life jackets n'ebirala ebijja ku mazzi okutulambika embeera z'obudde nga beesigama ku bbo kye balabye nti kyekinayamba. So kati ate bafunye ffe ababadde baliwo ne tulaba kituufu bye baleese bituyamba, naye buzibu ki obusigaddewo. Kati kikoze bulungi nnyo ate okujjayo ffe abaawali ku ssiini kwennyini okujja batubuuze kiki ekibulamu, tubalambike ku kiki ekibulamu, bagende bongeremu ekyo kye batukolera, basobole okutuleetera ekintu nga kikwataganya obulamu bwaffe tusobole okubeera abalamu.
Kota ishialamikine riongete lo design without borders nara idumunu natyokisome ipo anu ikositunga lo ipo ado enena ochore. So ipo ipo neshole do ntuitunga ochore do mambo bejine tai tosoma ibori chieda ngulo yuarta ijara ochore. Konyi kota ishialamikin riongete lo ingaraki teteritunga eyuno soto matwakisha lo ijaso chorin opone sha lo egitigita. Nare mamsije ne polito soma iti boro lu eji wara aiti le carte da mamsije ni equality boli boro bania bet se to som teteri pedro yuari o chorini opone la twanere otomalumono ra kipi kota ishalam kines no yalama.
My name is Thomas Ibale and I'm a junior designer here at Design Without Borders Africa, and as a part of the Weather Information Systems team we're trying to generate some ideas with the fisher folk along the lines of the icons that they use to identify the weather. That could be local indicators like the clouds, the direction of the wind, and then try to harness this with the scientific systems. So the scientific systems includes the weather forecast that's generated by the Department of Meteorology, and the Department of Meteorology had some representatives on the ground as well to help us with the ideation process. So as we seek to harness the two systems, which are the local knowledge and the scientific knowledge, we aim to get a hybrid form of weather forecast that a fisherman can follow, where they can look at the information that they receive and they can also relate it to the context in which they conduct their fishing.
We had a session where they created the mock-ups from the very many ideas that they had given us. They chose their top 3, and each group, the flotation devices, created group flotation devices and personal flotation devices, whereas the weather information system did a role play of the system that works best.
To sum it up, over these 4 days we've learned a lot. It has been a lot of sharing, both from our side and also from the fisher side. And as we go forward, we seek to achieve our overall goal, which is to develop flotation devices and also very efficient weather information systems, as well as the behavioral change component. And as we have interacted with the fishers, we were a bit skeptical about what we could get, because you know it's such a process. It's a situation where you have to stay very patient for the period of the 4 days. So we have seen over time that the fishers have grown and they're starting to get comfortable with sketching, with the different tools that we're using for ideation, and that gives us even more hope as we go forward and seek to solve the challenge of drowning as a whole.